Good day, everybody. This is the Hermit Modeler coming at you with episode number 15 in the construction of our junkyard diorama. And over the last day or so, I have accomplished quite a bit. I've weathered several cars and got them placed and scenic into the diorama. As you can see here, I've created, well, I guess there's no other word for it, a mess. I've stuffed a bunch of cars into the old section. Once again, remember that we're working from behind the building is the old section, and as we go around towards the front of the building, it'll get newer. So these are the cars that would have been here for many, many years. This little coupe, I was going to put some trees around that and really scenic it in, but I love the patina on that. I wish I could take credit for that, but that's the way I got that car. And I was going to make a street rod out of it. It's what that actually started out to be. But I loved that patina on there so much that I knew that it just had to go into the junkyard and be kind of a focal point of the junkyard. So whoever did this, you did a wonderful job, probably by totally accident, but I just really love that little coupe. So I have decided not to do much more scenery around it. That's kind of about the way it'll be. Maybe a little bit down there on the ground, right at the very lower part. But I was going to put a tree in front of it to make it look like it'd been there longer, but I couldn't do that. So anyway, and then we move into a unit that would have probably been wood. I know that roof would have been wood. And being there that long, it would have been totally disintegrated. But I'm using modeler's license, and for some reason it has held up over, the 40, 50 years that it's been there. So that is, modeler's license, I guess that's all I can say for it. The 58 Plymouth had, if you remember right, before it had a top on it that had been cut. I went ahead and removed that top, and I had a 56 DeSoto interior that has just been laying around, and I shoved that in there. Nobody's going to really notice much the difference, that is totally the wrong interior. Now that I've told you, everybody's going to notice. But anyway, it looks all right. Gives us something to be inside there. You can see a little bit of the ties yet. Those are the running boards and fenders from that little van that we showed you a minute ago here. I placed in some more trees, and like I said, we've got some more cars in. I've done a bunch of scenery around the cars. I filled that convertible with a bunch of junk. That's the easiest way I knew of to eliminate a bunch of work on that. This is a 63 Pontiac that came in with a bunch of other cars, and it was the worst of the bunch, and it got itself placed in here. I don't know that I'll do much more with it. Once again, you can see the 58 Plymouth there now has a tree growing in it. 65 Mercury was one that I did quite a while back. And that Chevy convertible, remember that was sitting here. All I did was throw some rust on it. We've got 69 GTX that it looks like, I know that those 440s and 426s were pretty hot engines, but it looks like maybe that got just a little bit too hot there. And then this was that gray issue 64 Impala SS, and it has now been weathered in and placed. And give you kind of an overview. Let me see if I can step back here far enough that you can see. That's what we're looking like so far in that area. I'm going to pan around a little bit if I can get back far enough that you can actually see. And that's what we're getting at this point for the diorama and the scenery in it. And we'll just see if I've got a bunch of junk in the way here, so you have to kind of excuse me. And that's what it's looking like from this direction here. And at some point, I'll go ahead and weather in that little wrecker to sit there. That's where we're at. This is Hermit Modeler, thanking you for stopping by. Be sure and tell your friends, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, and be sure and ring the bell so that you get all the new episodes as they come in. Hermit Modeler signing off, and thank you. Goodbye.